I'm now going to show you how to add a light to a scene, or lights to a scene. So to begin with, we're going to go and make sure that we go to Environment, and we're going to go to Inventor Studio. When you're in Inventor Studio, select Studio Lighting Styles, and then select Plain Room, but right click and copy this lighting style. And when you copy this lighting style, just put your initials next to it so that you know that this is your own lighting style. If you do this correctly, you will see that the local lighting styles, underneath that you'll have this new room style. Now you can adjust your exposure, and I suggest that you just turn this down so that everything's quite dark. This is going to allow you to add in your own lights, and the current lighting style will not affect that. So we'll save that. Make sure that this plain room is active, and then I'm going to go to New Light. I'm going to select New Light. I have three options: directional, point, or spot. I'm going to select point, which essentially is just a bulb. And I can zoom out, and I'm going to select the floor as my point, and then as I move up, you'll see that what I'm doing is bringing up the light bulb, and I'm going to place the light bulb pretty much where I would imagine a ceiling would be, so about there. And hopefully you can see that there's some illumination. You can go into illumination and you can turn the intensity up. And as I do that, you can see the change in the scene on the right hand side. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit just now, then select OK. I'm now going to go back to New Light, and this time I'm going to select Spotlight. And I'm wanting the spotlight to hit the top surface of the speaker. So I click once, and then I move this up, and as you can see there's a cone of light, and you can adjust this so that you can get exactly the amount of spotlight that you wish onto your object. With a spotlight, and with any light at all, if you select it, you can actually move the light around too. So you can get a more accurate point if you wish, just by dragging this around. When you've got the position that you're happy with, select the green tick. If you go to illumination, you can also turn the light up, just like we did with the bulb light. And I do want this to be quite a bright light, so I'm going to move up quite high. And also with the spotlight, you can select your hotspot and your fall off. Now the hotspot is this line in here. You can now see the hotspot moving. And the fall off, again, you can adjust this to suit your own specific scene. When you're happy with this, click OK. When this is done, click Done, and then I'm going to go to Render Image. You can see that it's camera 1, which was the previous camera that we had set up, and it's now selected the plain room lighting style that I've now put together. So select Render. You can now see that the render is happening, and I can see that I've got a spotlight on my main speaker, and the other two, through depth of field, the other two objects are blurred. You might wish to go back and change the scene. You can do this quite easily. And you would just go back to your lighting style. Here it is here. So I can edit that straight away. I can go back to the lights that I've created and I can adjust this. So in my case, I'm going to turn up the spotlight to the maximum to get as much light as possible. And with light 1, I'm going to turn that down to make it a little bit darker. So save, done, render image. Okay, I've been rendering this scene for about a minute and I'm much happier with it now. I feel that there's much more highlights on the object, so I would probably be leaving this at this point in time. Okay, try using some lights now.